Good evening, everyone. All right. Okay. So I stand here today because the judge has found me guilty of contempt of court. The truth of the matter is that I have nothing but contempt for a system that gives employers free rein to abuse workers. This is not an attack on Roger Toussaint as an individual, but an attack on the membership of Local 100 and on all working people in this city. I am here because the entire labor movement is being told to abandon the idea that a militant trade union can fight back if necessary to protect the lives and the security of our membership. All over the United States, workers are being asked to accept declining standards of living, an end to pensions, reductions in healthcare, and speed-ups and productivity. At the same time, the pay and benefits for corporate managers is exploding upward. The era of relative equality in America is ending. Should we sit still and watch? Should we still sit still and watch as a vast gulf opens between the rich and the mass of working poor? What is the responsibility of labor leaders who see this gathering assault? We have a moral and political responsibility to challenge those who would roll back the clock 100 years. Roll back the clock to a time when workers had few rights and few opportunities. I will never accept second-class citizenship for transit workers or working Americans in general. I will never accept that the answer to an attack is to surrender. There is no fight without risk and casualties. Our union forebearers time and again sacrificed to obtain a livable wage and benefits, and they bore their penalties without complaint. Anyone who thinks you can stop the relentless assault on America's workers without taking risks is a fool. Let me say a special word to my brothers and sisters of Local 100. We are about to enter tough times. We have been forced to pay the Taylor Law penalties. Our union is facing substantial fines and a potentially crippling elimination of dues. But we will survive as we have before. Local 100 has raised the standard for other unions to challenge, to meet. And each one of you should be proud of the part you played in standing up not only for our issues but for the entire labor movement. That's right. I salute your courage and your commitment. Labor forever. Let me also add to our Local 100 family that we do have healing to do inside of our union, but we intend to meet this assault and this attack as a challenge and come out of it stronger. Our members have now approved the contract that was at first rejected by a narrow margin. It is up to the MTA to decide if they want an agreement or further confrontation. They can recognize the fundamental unfairness of refusing to agree to their own offer, or they can reopen a war that no one will win and one that we should put behind us. I hope they choose peace. If instead they continue on a path of confrontation, I'll call on every one of you to join us in resisting their unfair demands. I do not flatter myself that I stand in the shoes of the great civil rights heroes of the past who faced jails and bullets over accepting oppression. but I stand on their shoulders and I can see by their light. I am inspired by the examples in our own union and elsewhere of leaders who understood that if the cause was just, then the penalty must be borne. I take no shame in being jailed for standing up for what I believe and for the dignity of members of Local 100. Jail has no terror for me compared to the shame I would have felt if we had simply swallowed the authorities' miserable pre-strike offer. The tremendous financial benefits in the new contract our members have now accepted outweighs the cost of the strike. For this victory for Local 100, I gladly accept the personal inconvenience imposed on me. No one looks forward to a term in the city's penal system. But our commitment to Local 100 and its members will not waver. After 6 years of round-the-clock work to move our union forward, the chance for a little sleep and a rest from my cell phone maybe aren't so bad. I am extremely gratified by all your support and the best wishes so many transit workers and others have sent to me and my family. Whatever the sacrifice I have made, I take comfort in the knowledge that 38,000 transit workers are by my side throughout this ordeal. To our comrades in the labor movement, both private and public sector, we are all targets. No one will be spared to gut the protections and terms your predecessors have built over decades of struggle and sacrifice. But know this, know that the men and women of the Transport Workers Union Local 100 will be at your side and at the forefront of this fight. Your fight will be our fight until we can take this country back from the radical conservatives who do not want to live in a society where working people are part of a middle class. 10 days from now, I will be a free man again in the eyes of the law. But none of us will be free as long as the Taylor law continues to impose ruinous fines and prison on men and women who exercise their right to strike in protest of outrageous demands by politically motivated employers. This is a broken law that needs to be fixed. The Taylor law is not new, but the use of Taylor law penalties, the use of penalties to crush our union, that is a sign of the times that we are in. But let me say, we are going to fight on to the bitter end. I'll say to all our well-wishers here, that whether it was 10 days, 30 days, 10 years or 30 years, we are proud of what we have stood for and represented, and for our contribution to all working people in New York. So once again, I want to say thank you to everyone. Get home safe and Godspeed. Thank you.